Hi, I don't really know how I want to start this video or how I even want to go about speaking about this video. I am currently living with my mom. I am pursuing a modeling career. I'm going to become a super male model. I'm going to be a fashion designer, an artist, and a musician. I know I'm going to do those things, and the only thing that I have to prove this is my own belief, my belief in myself, my belief in doing those things. I learned that we as people do not think about our purpose in life. We don't think about why we were placed onto this earth, why we were meant to live, in fact, and why we were meant to die. I think that the biggest problem is that a lot of us fear death. We fear we fear of the day that we will die and pass on to the next life, but we don't think about what it will be like when we die. Who will be there? Who will speak about us? Who will be surrounded in our bed, and what regrets we will take when we die. There's the philosophy of reoccurrence that I've heard, that after you die, you live the same life again with the same consequences and the same problems and the same pain, but also the same successes. When you die, would you be able to relive your life again? Would you be able to would you be able to bear the weight of your actions, knowing that you would have to relive them again? This brings on the question of what we will do now. What will we do now with the knowledge of knowing that my life will be repeated in the exact same fashion? It would more hopefully make people think to act, to do that thing that'll make you okay with reliving life, okay with going through the same pain and hardships again. But it may also bring a sense of wanting security. In that one of security, we ignore our passions, our dreams and goals and ambitions. And because we ignore them, they die. And they die with you. They die with you in the form of regret. And we don't think about how we could very well affect that person that lies on that bed. It comes with our everyday actions. As I've lived my life now, I've become, in a sense, bored with my life. I know that I will do great things. I know that I will change the world in small ways, but the world will change due to my existence. And I don't have any proof of that except for my belief in myself and the words that I speak into the universe and my actions. And when I personally think about dying, when I think about when I will pass on, I do not fear death. I fear that I would not have been the person that I wanted to be, the message that I wanted to send and create to people to take away from me in my life. I feel that that would not have been achieved. Death is inevitable. We will die one day, and that's a weight heavy to accept. We have been fixated and so high on life that we don't know that there is a down. There is a down that is inevitable, and what you do in the time that you are allowed to breathe, that isn't minded. It isn't minded in people's minds. And now we have people on earth who go to school, go to college, do 9 to 5s all the way out, and they don't ever consider what they truly wanted to do. Would this be a life that they were willing to repeat over again? Would have going to school for this major would you be able to repeat it? Would that be what you truly wanted to do for your person, for yourself? When inside of this deep thought, I always wonder, since I didn't take those choices in my life, since I decided not to go to school, since I decided to just live my life on on this on this on this island that I created of faith and hopes and ambitions, will I be able to do it? And I don't know. I don't know what I will do. I don't know what the story will be like, because I'm living in the right now. These answers I learned will be answered through time itself. There is no comfort that I could get now that would make me know in the end that the mind and the man that I created in my dreams, in my ambitions to do those things, there's nothing to say that he will truly live except for my own belief. And to find out if he does truly live, it will have to be through time. Time will be my answer, and due to that, due to my full-on belief of me knowing I will become this person, and I know that time will have to be the answer of it. My right now is boredom. It's it's very it's very mundane. I still do those things. I've started playing bass. I've started drawing again. I've really been working on setting up a photo shoot. You guys might see that in the future. If you see this and in the future, you're gonna see it. You're going to see it. But as in right now, I don't know. There's a weight. There's a weight. There's a weight that has placed itself upon me because of this thinking that makes my days almost just in story. I know that this is the story, and these things that I see, that I speak now into this camera, that I will then show to the world, will be part of the story, part of the evolution of growth. And because I know that this is the story and just me doing my part, I'm bored with the fact that I am not there already. I want to be there, and I know that it will come, my time will come, but because I know that it will come, I just am here. I'm just here doing the day-to-day, coping with it, going through time, shifting in space, hoping that that thing will appear before me. And with time being the answer, it isn't like some business day shipping. It'll take years. Maybe it might be next year, it might be 2 years from now, 3 years, before I truly have that answer to the questions that I ask myself before I fall asleep at night. And because I don't have the closure to know, I will forever keep wondering. And with the wonder, I can only just believe. I can only just believe and have hope in my destiny and my fate. I believe in fate, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. And even though I can't see into the future, I know that fate knows. Fate knows what will come next, what will come after this. And I have released myself to fate and learned that the only thing that I can now do in this is just live. I have asked and tried to unlock myself in so many plentiful ways, and through unlocking myself, I thought that maybe it would give me a shorter route, but it just made me aware to the storyline. And I'm grateful to be aware, but at the same time, sitting in the sitting in the unknown, and I wish that I could speak freely to people about this. I wish that the conversations that we had weren't so boring to me. I I have gotten so disconnected with people in such a strong way, just due to the way that I think now. I don't rant random common conversations anymore. I can't even generate thoughts behind them. They're very meaningless to me. I like questions and conversations that are more soul opening, more that dive into the person's character. That has become something that is interesting to me now. And it seems that most people that are around me are not thinking about those things, and when I talk about them, they just aren't really things that people want to think about or talk about. And I know that that's fine. You know, we are all different people, and we all have our right to choose. And I have chosen that because of this, I just have decided not to speak most of the time to really anyone. I love I love conversation. I love people in general. It's because we're so unique that makes us so divine. And learning someone is so elevating, but most people don't like to open up. And through learning, you know, psychological things that people give, people will tell themselves through conversation in ways that they don't even realize, and it's become something worth analyzing. And when doing analyzation, you will ask questions that will make them think, that will generate the brain, and some people cancel it out or actually answer it. When asking about the future, I believe that my future and my ideas, they're already set. There is the fact that just because of the future, and the imagination that we build, it doesn't mean that it'll all turn out the exact same way. But I have an idea and a plan of how I want it to be. And most people don't plan out their future in that much depth. And I think that's what makes living life easier. I think it's within our purpose. We have to discover our purpose as humans. It is what we were placed on this world to do. Is our purpose, is that thing that allows us to face reliving that life again, because that life is your life. It's what your soul has truly reflected into this world. And anything that comes from the soul, how could you not want to relive? I feel like it's the most rawest version of you. Being ourselves is something that we forgot how to do as people, and we have chosen to abide by human laws instead of natural laws of the world. I don't really know where I wanted to go all the way with this, but my final thoughts are to believe in yourself, become delusional in the fact that you can do anything you want, because delusion is exactly where you want to be when chasing your dreams. Delusion beats everything. Belief beats everything. Believing you can do something is how we evolved as humans. So why not keep evolving, but in our own ways, of color, because we all have unique, different hues of color in our soul, and they're not of the color pattern, but of unique, strange colors that we've never been able to see or fathom with the human eye. You can show that color to people if you let them feel you, if you let them see you for who you truly are. And sometimes it might be bad or good, but at the end of the day, when you lie on your bed, people will know that that person that they seen was you, and that message that you decided to let them see of you was truly shown, so that when you relive your life, you may be allowed to redo the same things that made your soul dance in the first place. That's a wrap.